Don't leave home without it.
Yeah, what he said. Don't leave home without it. The catchphrase American Express coined during the advent of paying with plastic. But now you can leave home without it. Today, Apple Pay officially launched. It's the service that lets you load up your credit card numbers, then pay just by waving your iPhone or your iPad at the cash register. Google debuted this feature on Android phones a couple of years ago. Apple's playing catch up now. So why are they grabbing the headlines? We want to talk with our consumer reporter, Chris Kammer, about this. They're certainly a little late to this dance, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they might say they're fashionably late, Mark. Yeah, it's certainly true that Apple is behind Google, but maybe in the background has been trying to perfect this. Apple will say it is maybe not late to the party so much as the life of the party. The company is wagering that that little button right there, that Apple Pay button, is going to become cool. It's going to get some of the most loyal consumers in the world to get behind it and make it cool. What Google could not do despite outreach efforts like this one. It tried to make Google Wallet go viral and it simply didn't happen. Apple is betting it can do it differently, and it can also break this trend right here. This is a creditcards.com poll that found only 4% of smartphone users are eager to always use their phone to pay. Apple says it's going to change that with partnerships with vendors like those. The companies you know well, retail giants. Wherever you see that icon right there, at 220,000 locations, you can swipe and go. The problem is 9 million locations take plastic credit cards, so Apple has a long way to go. The key here, Mark, is for Apple to combine that convenience with the coolness and make it all work. I think they might be able to do it. We'll just have to give them some time.
I was going to say they've got a little bit of a track record of making that happen.
Yes,
with
they
a
do.
few different items. Is this more secure than paying with credit cards?
Well, if you believe what Apple is saying, the answer is yes. Apple says this is more secure. It's available on its newest phones, the 5 and the 6, as well as the newest iPads. They include that right there, a fingerprint scanner. So that Pay with Touch ID, that does give it this air of higher security. Apple says also that in the background it's doing a lot of different things to make the front end very simple but also very secure. That stuff in the background is called tokenization. Essentially what's happening there is your credit card number is being converted to what's called a token, and that token is then coupled with a single-use number. It gets used once and thrown away. If a hacker breaks in there and grabs a hold of that token, well, it's useless because they don't have the code. Apple says that is going to be a lot more secure. The big problem, though, is that deficit. There's that gap of 7.8 million or something like that locations, Mark, restaurants and stores that simply don't have those readers yet. That's going to be a big challenge. The coolness is going to have to lead to some actual action on the part of restaurants and stores to want to put in those readers. And perhaps that's going to have to come from you and me going to places that don't have them and say, hey,
Apple's not going to offer them for free. They're going to have to buy these things, right?
They absolutely are, yeah. And in some cases, they're a couple $100. And if they have enough customers, those screaming and yelling say, hey, I want to pay with my phone, perhaps they'll make the jump that Google simply couldn't.
Let's hope. Okay.
Yeah, it begins today.
Good stuff. Chris, thanks.